오케이. 네, 안녕하세요. 다시 돌아왔습니다. 1번 스테이지로 가야겠죠? 된 거 같죠? 그래? 지금 잘 들려? 광고가 소리가 크구나. 광고가 소리가 크다는 생각이 들지.
Welcome back to the 2019 World Barista Championship. This is round one,
네,
day
다시
two,
돌아왔습니다.
and we are
월드바리스타
moving right
챔피언십
along with our
2019
next three competitors.
한번
First up
중계방
on Station
생방송으로
1,
진행하고
live
있습니다.
stream
여기는 저희
Channel
그
1, we have
엔서커피
the
로스터스
barista
매장이고요.
representing Malaysia, Aaron.
네, 말레이시아 선수. 네, 여기
Y después el competidor 34 de México, Carlos de la Torre.
네, 이번 스테이션에서는 멕시코 선수.
And at Station 3, live stream Channel 3, the barista representing Hungary, Yotzi Diak.
네.
So if you're watching home and you want to see one of those competitors, please find your channel and you will see all those wonderful performances.
원하시는 채널을 보시면 좋은데
And if you're sitting in
저희는
the stands, please sit
오늘은
closest
지금
to the
요
competitor
선수는
that you would like to
우선
hear
말레이시아
to
선수를
be
보다가
able to
헝가리 선수를 보러
listen to and
넘어가겠습니다.
watch their presentation.
Judges ready? Ready?
보고 싶었어요, 이 선수. 꼭 보고 싶었어요. 우선 외모가 지금 되게 매력적이지 않습니까? 네.
Time. Hi judges.
귀여워요.
Today I want to talk about a paradox in the current state of our specialty coffee. Now we strive for perfection
패러독스에 대해서
and hence we
얘기하는데요.
source for the best available materials, latest technology, but we cloud ourselves in this non-conform perfectionism and that somehow made us senseless. Now that's because what we serve is no longer accessible, what we grow is no longer sustainable, and what we buy is no longer affordable. Now I've clouded my mind with these thoughts for the past couple of years. But this year, I decided to take a step back and try to understand and experience in this current period of growth in specialty coffee
지속
as a
성장
customer.
가능한,
Now I've
지속
also identified
가능한
three
그런
key
거에
factors
대해서
that
얘기하려고
may
하시는 거
influence my
같네요.
customer's experience. Now first, which is comfort. Then a creation and an influence. Now these three key factors today will be the foundation of what I do, from identifying my customers' needs and wants to creating something that they can relate and easily understand. So let's begin. Now, what comes to your mind when I first say the word comfort? Now, hold that thought. I want you to only think about this throughout this entire course. Now, that's because I want to serve you something that's comfort and warm to your heart. But most importantly, I want to get closer and get connected between us. Now, be it a beverage or an environment. Now, we just want to enjoy a cup of coffee in a given surrounding. So without prejudice, without bias, I want to serve you this coffee as per intended. So, will you please write this down? What you'll be tasting today in my milk
피크
beverage.
2대 쓰시는 거 같고
Now, on your first sip,
디스트리뷰터 툴
look for flavors of
그거를 안
red
쓰시고
apple,
손으로 핸들 레벨링을
pecan,
하시죠.
and on your second sip, English breakfast milk tea.
피칸이랑 잉글리시 브레이퍼스트 밀크티. 우유 음료가 첫 잔이? 귀여워요. 귀여워. 약간 귀여운 것 같아. 아, 역시 우유 음료네요. 시작은 우유 음료고. 뭔가 약간 시간이
Now,
모자랄
today-
것 같은 느낌이 있어.
To further enhance all these flavors, I've chosen milk with a lower fat content, but sweeter in taste. Now, but to combine all this espresso sweetness together with this milk, we roasted this coffee to exactly 20% of development to make sure that we convert all these fruit acids into something syrupy and sweet.
20% DTR을 잡았죠. 좀 라이트 로스팅이라고 말하기는 조금
And of
힘든.
course, when combining with milk, creating a flavor like English breakfast milk tea. But most importantly, to achieve a cup of coffee that is comfortable.
송민영 씨도 보시고 수지 씨도 보시고 이 테이블에 한국 분이 두 분이나 계세요. 네, 저지가 여자분들이 다 한국 분들 저지를 하시고 계시네요.
Here you go. Enjoy. Here you go. Enjoy.
물잔 좀 약간 식당에서 설렁탕집에서 쓰는 물잔 같이 약간 보이는 게 약간 좀 아쉽긴 한데 네. 네.
Here you go. Enjoy.
저만의 생각인가요? 약간 그 스탠 물잔. 잔은 용량이 작아 보이진
Here you
않죠.
go. Enjoy. Now while you enjoy, I'll be right back with your next course. Thank you.
잔이 작아 보이거나 뭐 그러진 않았어요. 우유 밀크잔이 150ml 정도 되는 밀크잔처럼 보이고. 되게 약간 말이 많지 않으셔서 좀 편하게 볼 수 있는 시연이네요.
Alright,
이거는.
judges. So now moving on, creation. Now I always want to create an experience for both my customers and I to enjoy flavors that are easily defined and also picked up. Now hence, me and Alejo work backwards from identifying our goals to refining our cup. Now today, I have the liberty to pick between many different varieties, including some rare varieties. But that's not our aim today. Today, we select the coffee solely based on the intensity of flavors and the coffees that will best highlight our intentions here today. Now, coffees from Volcan Azul has always been malic forward due to its
Volcan
unique
Azul.
combination of its terroir and its volcanic soil. Now, these flavor groups are great to work with and also to showcase Alejo's coffee quality. Now we've identified apples, sugary sweetness, and also spice, but these are the more generic flavors. Now, by working together with my producer, allows me to create a much larger spectrum of flavors.
창작 음료를 지금 먼저 하시는 거네요. 에스프레소 코스가
So let's talk about this
마지막에
coffee.
제공될 것 같아요.
Now, it's a Centro Americano hybrid. That's actually a cross between a Sudan Brumé and a Villa Sachi. In short, H1. Now, this variety, it's higher in yielding, resistant to rust, and also producing better quality coffees. But most importantly, the main reason why we chose this coffee is because of its high accessibility. Now today, our signature drink is inspired by this, where individuals come together with their objectives in mind and creating something great. So today, our signature drinks comes in 3 components: a mixture, a binding agent, and also the espresso. Now, but first, let's talk about this coffee. Now, what Alejo has done to this coffee. Now, process. Now, Alejo has been producing excellent anaerobic process for the past couple of years. Now, that's because he's able to control all the variables throughout this processing. Now, he's used cold coffee cherries with additional mucilage, kept in a hermetic tank, charged with CO2 and left to ferment for 36 hours, just before it's being dried as a honey process under the sun for 12 days, 6 hours each day. Now, with this process, Alejo also managed to round the acidity at the same time improving the flavor complexity. So now, I would like to recreate this experience and bring similar result. Now, imagine this as a hermetic tank. Now, in here, I have an anaerobic green apple juice that I've charged with CO2 and let it ferment for 36 hours using 100 grams of Granny Smith apple with 100 grams of Granny Smith apple cold pressed juice. All right. Now, to add complexity to this mixture, I'll be using 1 French rosebud with 5 black peppercorns. I'm just going to crush them and let it release its aromatic oils. Now then, I'll be adding 2 cherry tomatoes,
토마토를 넣었어요.
4 ml of gum syrup,
시럽 넣고.
and of course, not to forget, 40 ml of this anaerobic apple juice.
애플 주스인데 뭐 약간
Now then, I'm just going to crush
아나로빅
and grind this really well
프로세스인데.
for 10 seconds to make sure they're all well mixed and the flavors infused together.
지금 토마토 넣고 으깨는 거죠 지금?
Alright, now that the mixture is complete, I'm just going to strain this out.
한번 걸러주고.
Alright, the mixture is complete. Now we can start building our signature beverage. Now today, I've chose to slightly chill my espresso with a frozen steel ball to further highlight the acidity, at the same time with 0 dilution with this frozen steel ball. Now then, 30 ml of this complex mixture. These will contribute to flavors of guava and also cotton candy. Now then, to further bind this complex mixture together with my espresso, I'll be using 2 ml of gum syrup. Now this is just like me and Alejo coming together and creating something great. Now what is left? My customers. Thank you for loving this coffee. Now today, the 4 of you, representing all of them, and it's my pleasure to serve you. Now, this slightly chilled signature beverage, I would like you to enjoy it in 2 sips. So on your first sip, look for flavors like guava, pink grapefruit, honey, and also cotton candy.
솜사탕
And on your
같은
second
맛이
sip,
있다고.
as the acidity
고양이가 자꾸
appears a little bit more towards the end, reminding you
너가 나도
more
방송 좀 타자.
of a flavor
그래.
like a pink grapefruit.
알았어.
Now, once
그래,
you're
알았어,
done,
알았어.
let the flavors linger a little bit more, and then have a sip of water just before our final course. So here you go. Please enjoy. Here you go. Enjoy.
창작음료를 먼저 하고 그 다음에 이제 에스프레소 코스를 하려고 하는 것 같네요. 시간이 되게 모자랄 것 같은 느낌의 시연이었는데 약간 사실 내용을 조금 줄여서 이렇게 시간은 많이 모자랄 것 같지 않고 네, 마지막 코스만 남겨놨습니다. 지금 좀 시간이 모자랐나봐요. 뭐 실수가 자꾸 나오네. 에스프레소 코스만 하면 끝나는 거라 모자라 보이진 않는데 뭐지? 이거 약간 빗자루 뭐지? 내가 깜짝 놀랐는데? 순간적으로 빗자루가 어디서 탁 하고 나왔죠. 이거 자기 그라인더가 아니고 이거 빌린 것
So
같아요.
now, last, influence. Now we live in an era where we are influenced by the people around us and also through social media. We live in an era of desire. Now, Alejo goes through the same struggle. He planted 100 different varieties, but soon he realized it will never end. So now he only works with varieties that he believes in and also roasters that he trusts. Now this is what influence and sustainability looks like to me. Now working together as producer, roaster, connecting them to our customers every day in my cafe.
오늘은 그냥 저가 혼자 하지만 내일은 좀 다른 분
Now
모시고
we work together
약간
for the
이게
same reason, which is
해설이 될 수
So
있게
I love this coffee,
약간 지금
and this is the
오늘은
beginning of something
아무래도
great. Now together, let me influence you what
시험
you're
삼아
drinking today, and move ahead
테스트로
together as
하는
a
거라고
community in
하시면 되고요.
specialty coffee.
예선전이고
So please write
하니까
this down before you taste my espresso.
본선부터는 이제
You'll be tasting of flavors of green grapes,
한분 유명하신 분을 모시고 그리고
red apple, Muscovado
영어도 잘
sugar,
알아듣으신 분을 모시고
and a cacao nips tea finish.
같이 약간 WBC를
Now then on your tactile,
재밌게
It's a medium body
즐길 수 있도록 노력을 한번
and a
해보겠습니다.
syrupy round texture.
제가 사실
Now then on your first
이게
sip,
지금 정신이 없어요. 지금 방송 처음 하는 거다
medium
보니까
high sweetness with a round medium
제대로
acidity.
중계 자체가 약간
And on your second sip,
힘들고요. 제가
as the
이
acidity
영어가
dissipates a little
완벽하게
bit
들리는
more,
게 아니다
allowing more
보니까
sweetness and bitterness to come through. Now here are my espressos.
잘 안 되네요.
Please enjoy. Enjoy.
네. 지금 에스프레소 모두 제공됐고요. 시간은 5초 남았습니다.
Thank you and time.
이거 시간을 딱 맞춘대요. 이거 시간 남을 줄 알았는데. 자, 이거 빨리 3번 가보겠습니다. 3번 스테이션으로.
Hello judges. Over the last 20 years of WBC, we have seen many brand new ideas that changed, inspired and influenced the coffee industry. And there were ideas that looked really cool at the time but didn't happen to be useful. Let us look back on these years and reflect on how the good ideas have affected the coffee industry.
헝가리 분.
The coffee that I chose to demonstrate this is from Yemen. For many years it was impossible to come by any Yemeni coffee, let alone an outstanding one like this. Yemen was the first country selling beans on a commercial basis in the history of coffee, and today it is making a comeback at this table and this way providing a wonderful frame to our concept. In 2013, Pete Licata won the WBC. That was the year I started working with coffee, so for me, he was the first and coolest barista to look up to. Pete taught us about the importance of the coffee chain and crediting everyone that is behind coffee. Through his inspiration, I want to take this thought further and recognize baristas that came before for their contribution to the coffee industry. The first drink I will serve you will be your signature beverage, in which I do not only want to reflect on the coffee, but on the past WBCs leading up to the present. I will start with the build of the recipe. I will ask you to write them down, and then I will get back to you and explain why. "15 meals of date reduction, 2 meals of lactic fermented date brine, 20 mils of red grape juice,
지금 레시피를 얘기하는
5
건가?
of sumac water, and of course the 4 espressos with the recipe of 21 grams in and 40 grams out.
21g 담아서 40g 추출하고 에스프레소.
In 2014 and 15, we had Hidenori Izaki and Sasa Sestich emphasize the power and importance of processing, and this way they have opened up the stage to brand new ways of processing methods. To reflect on their contribution, I'm going to use dates that are prepared with 2 different
잠깐만. 이
methods.
사람도 저거야?
I made a date reduction by
이
cooking
사람도
100
약간
grams
샤샤가
of
뿌린
dates
씨앗인가?
in 200 ml of water for 3 hours on 65 degrees Celsius. This way, I could enhance the sweetness in a very controlled environment, avoiding evaporation. I also lactic fermented dates for 4 days, and I will use the brine. These ingredients together will highlight the richness of my coffee and give my drink a more complex acidity. 2017, we had Dale Harris teach us about aromatic compounds in coffee and how these compounds
데일
interact with and affect each
해리스한테
other.
약간
This way,
감사를
help us understand why and how certain
보내는 거
flavors are
보면
developed and work with each
이분은
other.
아마 데일이
To
코치를 했을
reflect
가능성이
on
있네.
the malic acidity found in my espresso, I'm going to add red grape juice. And to give my drink a more complex acidity and to provide synergy, I'm going to add sumac water that I made by soaking 5 grams of sumac in 200 mils of cold water for 1 hour. Sumac is a Middle Eastern spice that has a citrus-like acidity, but it's more complex, adding a malic quality to the drink as well.
수맥 워터가
I will
뭘까요?
mix these ingredients together while aerating them. There will be 4 sips to this drink, but please only take 2 for now.
우선적으로 에스프레소 코스,
In the first sip, you will have a creamy
밀크
mouthfeel
코스, 시그니처 코스 이렇게
and the
순서대로
note
하시는
of
분들이
chocolate
많이
mousse.
거의 없네요. 약간
In the
뭐
second
그게
sip,
이제 설명하기 위해서
you will have
이게
mulled
순서를
wine
바꿔서 하는 경우가 많은데
and caramel.
그냥 바꾸면 안 된다고 생각하거든요. 저는 이게 무슨 약간
So
목적을
2 small
가지고
sips.
이 순서를 바꾸는 건 괜찮다고 생각합니다. 더 좋은 설명을 위해.
And I told you. Okay. Here you go. Please wait until I instruct you.
좀
There you
기다렸다
go.
먹어라.
And after you took your second sip, please put them on the
약간-
blue mats. All right? Thank you so much.
귀걸이 굉장히 인상 깊네요.
In 2016, Berg Wu played with temperature to open up his coffee's true potential.
아, 이게
Today,
끝난 게
I
아니었어.
want to serve you your. Today, I want to show you the potential my coffee has in relation to temperature. Raul Rodas made 2 signature drinks in 2012 to show 2 different faces of his coffee. Today, I want to serve you your beverage on 2 temperatures to unlock different flavor profiles.
아,
So I'm cooling them down with the use of dry ice.
드라이 아이스
This will
쿨링을 하고 있죠.
completely transform the dynamic of my drink and transform the flavors that you had before into brand new ones. In the first sip, you will have a creamy mouthfeel and the note of cherry Coke. And in the second one, you will have salted caramel.
약간 포크 같은 거에다 드라이 아이스를 꽂아서 지금 음료에다 넣어서 이거를 약간 급속도로 좀 냉각시키는 루틴인 것 같은데, 이게 드라이 아이스가 너무 차갑기 때문에
Please enjoy. There you go. Please enjoy.
컵에 붓기도 하거든요.
There you go.
한 코스 지금 끝냈습니다. 근데 이건 궁금하긴 하네. 얼마나 약간 드라마틱하게 그 플레이버가 바뀌었을지 좀 궁금하죠. 윤선희 전무님 지금 심사 보고 계시고요.
Now, I want you to choose based on your preference. If you preferred the first drink, please choose one of the red cards. If you prefer the second drink, please choose one of the blue cards and move them towards me. Please choose. There you go. Just move them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Sorry a second.
뭔가 지금 카드를 선택하라고 했고, 근데 이제 모두 다 같은 카드를 고른 건 아니고, 네. 뭐죠?
Now that we have looked at the past, let us move on to the present. Last year's Barista Championship for me was mainly about 2 ideas, hospitality and multi-sensory experience. Discussing topics like this on the world stage by Agnieszka Rojewska and some of my fellow competitors here today had a deep impact on the attitude of coffee shop owners and baristas alike, influencing daily lives of cafes and their views on the flavor perception of customers. For the milk beverage, I'm using 21 grams in and 40 grams out as well to highlight the flavor of my coffee. And I'm using full-fat fresh milk that I freeze distilled. Thanks to the higher fat content, we will have a nice and creamy texture. All of the drinks will be 1.1 deciliters. Working as a barista, the most important thing for me has always been that the customers enjoyed what they have
그렇게
received.
넓은 잔은 약간
So I figured out what they like to guarantee a pleasant
폼이 퍼지기
experience.
때문에 좀 그림 그리기가 생각보다 쉽지
Based on your
않더라고요.
preference, I want to serve you your milk beverage.
보면은 우유
No.
잔을 2잔은 이렇게 넓은 잔을 선택했고,
Because you
2
guys,
잔은
you and you,
좁은 잔을
like the
선택했죠.
first drink, I conclude that you like sweeter coffees with a bigger body. So I prepared your drink in a deep colored cup in a tulip shape with a wide lip. Please use the normal tasting protocol, and you will have the flavor notes of salted caramel and toffee.
솔티드 카라멜과 토피 맛이 날 거다.
And because you guys like the second drink, I conclude that you like acidity and brightness, but not so much body. So I prepare your drink in a taller cup that is narrow in the color of yellow that will suggest acidity.
이게 아까 선택한
stir
게
it 5 times.
첫
I will
모금이
give you
좋았냐
the
두 번째
spoon in a
모금이
second.
좋았냐 이거를 선택하라 그랬던
And you
것
will have
같아요.
the flavor notes of butterscotch
근데 우유가 모자라.
and raspberries.
오 마이 갓.
Oops.
옵스.
Okay.
옵스 나왔죠 지금?
Here you go. Here you go. Please enjoy. There you go.
이거는 숟가락으로 저어 먹어야 되고. 네가 그 어떤 카드를 선택한 걸 봐서 너가 어떤 걸 더 선호할 거야 약간 이런 식으로 추론을 했고 그거에 어울리는 우유 음료를 이제 고객한테 제공하는 이제 바리스타 투 커스터머 주제를 갖고 하는 거겠죠. 고객 중심 마인드 굉장히 중요하다고 생각합니다.
Now I will tell you more about the coffee. The coffee is from Yemen, from the Haraz region, from the province of Dil. Unfortunately, we do not know the exact farm, as coffee farms in Yemen are very small, but we know that it was grown between 1900 and 2440 meters above sea level, and it is made up of tufahi, dawairi, and jadi, and other indigenous varietals. Traditionally in Yemen, coffees are dried on the farm by the farmer
세팅을 잘한 거죠.
without much control, resulting in the classical Yemeni coffee flavor that we all know, wild, pungent, and complex.
되게
But
불편하게
this
하네, 이
coffee
사람.
process is called ripe cherry natural. Means that the coffees were harvested and transported to Al Amadi collection center where they were processed ripe.
우리가 스페셜티 커피 마켓에서 이제는 예멘 커피를 조금 주목해 볼 필요가 있는 것 같습니다.
It is run by Shabir Al-Azi, an entrepreneur with a vision for the revival of Yemeni coffee. And by paying more to the farmers to bring only the fresh and ripe cherries, he can ensure a higher quality on the table and from the farmers. For the recipe, I'm using 21 grams in and 40 grams out. It will have a big body, medium sweetness, medium acidity, and the long-lasting aftertaste of dark chocolate, as well as a creamy mouthfeel. Here are your espressos. Please only taste them after I call time. The flavor notes will be dark chocolate, oaked red wine,
오크드
and dates.
뭐라고요? 데이츠? 뭐요?
Dear judges, this espresso symbolizes the future that is already happening. In the not fancy coffee countries where there are farmers that when they get the right knowledge and tools, they can make coffees way better and serve it to us. Without the WBC, this coffee would not be here. And without the World Barista Championship stage, ideas like this would never reach places like Yemen. And this is why I'm so happy, judges, to be here, because this competition allows communication between places where we are and where Yemen is. So judges, thank you so much for doing this great work. Time.
네, 타임 하셨습니다. 이게 내가 타임 좀 약간 시켜서 먹는 게 좀 낯섰나 봐요. 이 부분 생각에는. 그래서 잠깐 동안 쿨링 타임을 갖고 그 후에 이제 예멘 커피를
We're at the World
소개하게
Barista
돼서
Championship.
좋다.
They call out my name as the
말씀을
actual
하시고
winner,
넘어갔습니다.
and there's this sense of relief, excitement, pride, but also fear, question marks. What am I going to do now? What next? What do I do? You know, I think about the coffee industry, and the most important thing people can learn is that if you believe in yourself,
이렇게
other people will
좀
believe in you, and especially in an industry
이번에도
like this,
두 분을
they want you to
만나봤고요.
do well. They want to support you in a lot of ways.
한번 찾아볼까요? 스케줄은 지금 40분. 네, 잠깐만요. 네, 40분. 11시 40분에 다시 다음 1번 스테이션으로 중국 선수가 준비되어 있네요. 한 20분 정도. 지금 인터뷰 타임을 아마 가질 것 같은데, 뭐랄까. 인터뷰가 시작되었습니다.
Welcome back to the 2019 World Barista Championship. We're here with the barista competitors from Malaysia, Mexico, and Hungary. Starting with Aaron Pua, the barista representing Malaysia. You've competed many times in a national competition, but this is your first time on the WBC stage. Tell us how the experience compares.
Yeah, it feels great. It feels very different from nationals. But definitely it's more exciting to see like different table setups, bigger station. Like, yeah, it's really great to work with.
굉장히 이분 팬이에요, 사실.
Excellent. Can you tell us a
팬이
little
됐어요,
bit more
이분.
about your day-to-day life
시연이
in
굉장히 마음에
coffee
들거나
and
그런
how you
것보다는 약간
infuse
캐릭터
that into
자체가
your routine?
So basically, today's
네,
routine is
귀여우신 것
quite
같아요.
similar to how the cafe runs. So we start with the milk course, which is something comfortable to get connected with the customers. And then we move on to something that's a little bit more
약간
complex,
스케줄
but
잠깐
easier to understand
볼까요?
from a customer's
스케줄
perspective,
보면서
which is the signature beverage, a creation. And then of
다음에는
course
이제
last,
어떤
which is the
분
espresso.
좀
So a little bit more
기대가
information
되는지
about
한번
why we do this and
해보겠습니다.
why this specific coffee.
다음 스테이션
So you work as a
1, 2,
barista?
3에서는
Yeah.
중국,
Excellent. And tell us a little bit more
라트비아,
about the coffee community in Malaysia.
슬로바키아 이렇게
It's definitely growing. It's
이것도 뭐
really
1세 한번
expanding
보면 되지
fast as
않을까요?
well.
네,
We see
차이나
more
보고
baristas, younger baristas as
슬로바키아
well,
보러
growing up and then
내려가면 될 것 같은데.
competing as
네.
well. Yeah.
Excellent. And is there anyone that you want to thank here
네,
or
혼자
watching in
하려니까
the
좀
live
힘들긴
stream
하네요,
audience at
사실.
home?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, thank my parents. Like they supported me 101% for this. And
여기가
of course,
문제구나.
my team back in my cafe, doing full day shifts every day for me here. And of course, my coach and my roaster, Keith and Joey, like they're here today. Like, yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you for a wonderful presentation. Round of applause for Aaron Pua, the barista representing
박수
Malaysia.
박수. 네.
And left from me, I have Carlos de la Torre from Mexico.
멕시코
Carlos,
선수.
how first impression about?
It was amazing experience, yeah. And I really enjoyed the new layout of the tables.
네, 이번에
the new layout, you have one
레이아웃이
table,
엄청
team.
많이 좀
I
바뀐 것
never
같아요.
saw
그냥
it, so
약간
it's,
마음대로
it's
놓고 해라,
really
약간
nice.
이런 느낌이에요.
So it's different as at
저는
home.
뭐
So
9개의
what
셋업을
is
가지고 했으면
the championships in Mexico, how many
이게
competitors you have?
WBC에서
Qualifiers,
의도하는
like,
게 그거죠,
with
사실.
50 or 60
되게 좀,
competitors, and then the nationals have 24 competitors.
프레젠테이션이
and
더
just 6 go to the
중요하다.
finals.
네, 그걸 말하고 싶은 것
And you
같거든요,
made
제가
it.
볼 때는.
I made it.
프레젠테이션.
But this is not your first time on an international championship on the world.
커피도
but not
중요하고
the barista. You
커피는
competed in
당연한
other
거고
competitions.
사실
I
지금
was
프레젠테이션
competing
한번
in Vienna
멋지게 한번 해보자
2012
약간
for
이런
cup tasters,
느낌으로 변하고 있는 것
and for
같습니다.
Gothenburg 2015 at Brewers Cup, and Dublin 2016 for Brewers Cup also. Yeah.
So you have a lot of experience. And on daily basis, what do you do?
I usually roast and make accounts. I'm in that part of the company, like the boring part right now. But I really want to be barista again every day. Yeah.
Okay. So would you like to thank somebody here at home?
Yeah, I want to thank my team and my friends, Fabrizio, Ascension, David, Obvio Samuel, and my dad. And of course, my backstage team, my wife and my cousin. And my roaster, Salvador Benitez, he roasts incredibly this coffee. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope to see you tomorrow also in the semifinals. That's the same for all the others, of course. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Carlos de la Torre from Mexico. I'm sorry.
All right, and we are here with Yossi Diak, the competitor representing Hungary. How do you feel?
I'm kind of short of breath still. I feel like jumping from there here, but I'm really good. I'm very happy.
You've been working in coffee for 6 years. Tell us about your role in coffee.
I started out as a barista, and well, I'm still a barista, but not working as one right now. I'm working on putting together and opening a pretty cool shop where I'm responsible for the whole drink menu. So that's exciting.
That's very exciting. So anything from the drinks that you served on stage today that you feel like might make it into the shop, or techniques and things?
약간 조금 뭔가
I think
약간
so. I like the cups, so they
저는
will
헝가리 선수
definitely
시험이
make
좀
it
괜찮았던 것 같아요.
to the shop. But I feel
네,
like it would be
좀
a little
이
too
바리스타
worky to
챔피언십이라는
like cool
곳이
down the
어떻게
drinks
보면
for the customers.
스페셜티
But
커피
yeah, like
마켓의
the
가장
flavor
약간
profile of the drink definitely
하이엔드?
will make it.
라고 볼 수
Maybe a
있는데
secret off-menu item for
그
special
시장에서
customers.
예멘
So
커피를
I
나는
caught a bit of
소개하고
your presentation, and
싶었다라고 약간 얘기하는 거
you used a
보면
coffee from Yemen, which is very
뭔가
rare.
그리고
There's not a
예멘이
lot
약간
of those
경제적으로도
coffees in the
힘들고
world.
약간 나라
Can you tell us a
사정이
little
이렇게
bit about
힘든데
how you selected
그것도
that
그거
coffee and were
얘기하고
able
뭐
to bring
이러는
it
거
to the
보면
stage today?
Well, that's can I hold
네.
it? Sorry.
약간 좀
So that's a
뭔가
long story. I feel like
와닿는
I'm
것도
like
있고
a guardian angel for coffees that
재밌었던 것
people
같습니다.
don't really think of.
이분이 헝가리 바리스타
Again, I was
챔피언십을 이제
competing with an
2014년부터
Indonesian, and I
나오셨는데요.
wrote Dale Harris.
2016년에
Send me some surprising coffees. And then Yemen got in.
챔피언을 하셔서
And I
월드 바리스타 챔피언 2016에 나오셨습니다. 43등을 하셨고요.
But we did a blind
그다음에
cupping with a bunch of coffees that he sent, and it
16년에 또
actually
우승을
came out the
하셔갖고
winner, and I was super happy.
우승.
And actually, it really ties in
2017년에
with my
3등,
presentation.
2018년에 5등, 2019년에 그러니까
So
이분이
this way I
헝가리
could, like,
바리스타
make an
챔피언십을
art
총
over
3번
history. So I was very
우승하셨습니다.
happy about
월드
that.
대회가 그러니까 어떻게 보면 이게 세
That's
번째
phenomenal. Thank you so
참가한 것
much.
같아요.
And you mentioned Dale, former WBC champion. Anyone else that you want to give a shout out to here or on the live stream?
I want to thank my Mansour for supporting me. I want to thank Adam Turek for coaching me. And I want to thank the other guys that are here with us, Richie and Gabor, and they are going to be over at Brewer stage. I want to thank
갑자기 약간
Artsy, of course.
묵음 처리되는
Yeah.
것 같은 느낌이 있어서
Great. Well, thank you. Thanks to our last 3 competitors representing Malaysia, Mexico, and Hungary. And now a word from our sponsors.
네. 저희는 저희 방송을 잠시 쉬었다가 1번 스테이션에서 중국 선수 하는 거로 다시 돌아오도록 하겠습니다. 10분 후에 다시 뵐게요. 네. 10분 후에 뵙겠습니다. 안녕.